Robert? If you had to fill in the blank, music is?
Soul connection.
Music is a message sent to the brain to enjoy happiness.
Makes you happy and takes the sad part away.
People with dementia talking about their love of music. It's from a new documentary film called Music is Life. The film premieres tonight on World Alzheimer's Day. It features people living with dementia, but it's not a sad story. Instead, it aims to dispel the harmful stigma of the loss of self associated with the condition. Pia Kontos is a senior researcher at the KITE Institute at the Toronto Rehabilitation Institute and is one of the executive producers of the film. Good afternoon, Pia.
Good afternoon. Thank you for having me on the show.
You're welcome. And tell us a little bit about the documentary Music is Life.
Sure. So the film is it's based on research that was led by Dr. Jonas Simpson from York University, and included on the team was myself and Dr. Dupuis from the University of Waterloo and Dr. Gail from York University. The research in the film convey the importance of musical engagement to people living with dementia and the many ways that it supports connections between people, it enhances relationships and enriches lives. I mean, hence the name of the film, Music is Life. And the research was conducted at the Dotsa Bitov Wellness Academy, which is part of the University Health Network. And it offers simultaneously running activities, including art and drama, learning how to play instruments, creative writing, dance, and music, all for people living with dementia in the community. And it's guided by a relational caring philosophy that's about fully supporting the capacity of individuals living with dementia for creativity, imagination, and being in relationship with others. So really at its core, it's about making relationships a priority and the arts central to supporting those relationships and life enrichment.
Why did you want to tell this particular story about music and its role in dementia care?
Well, I think it's an important film for people to see because it really powerfully challenges dominant assumptions that with dementia there's only loss and there's an inability to pursue and initiate purposeful and meaningful communication and relationships and activities. And we've seen in our research and in the film so many different examples of imaginative and humorous and playful, moving expressions through musical engagement. And yet imagination and humor and playfulness and deep engagement with community are not characteristics that are typically ascribed to people living with dementia. So the film really importantly challenges stigma associated with dementia, which is a key public health priority across national and international settings. And it's so critical to creating a more inclusive society for people living with dementia, which is what we're committed to helping to achieve.
Yeah, and people really need to understand dementia. Does it affect everyone in the same way?
No, it doesn't affect everybody in the same way. And I think that's one of the important messages, too, of the film is that people living with dementia are individuals, each with complex lives that can't be reduced to a diagnosis.
And have you seen music help various people?
So the arts, I mean, music and the arts more generally really powerfully support embodied self-expression. I mean, even in the face of nonsensical speech, people can initiate, modify, co-construct really exquisite moments of engagement through music and song and dance and painting and so much more. So I think it's a really important way to support connection and relationship. It shifts the emphasis from memory to creativity. And I think that's why the arts can so importantly more fully support the humanity of people living with dementia.
As you have done this work, what kinds of changes have you seen in people as you see them beginning to engage in some type of art, whether that's music or painting?
Well, we're really seeing the power of connection we're seeing people, we're seeing capacities that I think we presume all too quickly are not there. Capacity to be creative, to co-construct a story, to engage in song and dance. And so we're less interested in outcome and more interested in process. And I think that's where this film makes an important contribution, because a key message is the arts for life enrichment, which is really in striking contrast to how the arts are used more typically in dementia care as a therapeutic intervention, where the aim is to reduce symptoms associated with dementia and improve cognitive and physical and health outcomes. I mean, it's a really important distinction, because art therapy provides goal-focused treatment, for example, for anxiety reduction or managing agitation, which certainly is something that skilled and knowledgeable art therapists can engage in, and that's important and has its place. But to restrict the engagement with the arts to this single purpose is too limiting, given how the arts support communication and connection and meaningful engagement. And also with the structure of so many art for therapy programs, they can remove the possibility for spontaneity. I mean, they can actually inadvertently thwart the very creativity that they're intended to support. So for all of these reasons, art for life enrichment is so important. And this is something that we can all participate in. We can all participate in the arts with the intention of supporting people living with dementia to connect and to enhance relationships and enrich their lives. So this is why we feel that the arts need to be fundamental to every aspect of living, because they so powerfully support communication and self-expression and connection to the world and to life itself.
And it actually might relieve a little bit of pressure on people who are living with those with dementia in terms of the outcome, that playing this music is not going to, bring you back to a time where things were more comfortable, but they will make everyone happier now. So changing that focus on outcome and cure, and because that could be a lot of pressure and a lot of hope.
Right, and it's exactly, and it does, as I said, importantly shift from memory, from the emphasis on memory to creativity, which is really empowering for somebody for whom their memory is impaired. So absolutely, it supports connection in the moment, and it's about being present.
Well, thank you so very much, Pia, for bringing this to us.
Well, thank you so much for having me on the show. The film, the live premiere of the film is this evening at 7 p.m., so we certainly hope that everyone can join. And for those of you who will miss the premiere, the film will be available for free on our website.
Fantastic, and we'll give that out in just a second. All right, be well. Thank you.
Thank you.